so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors are memories, now the sun's gone down. Like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors are memories, now the sun's gone down. Like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. This ain't no sugar-coated love. This ain't no sugar-coated love. I stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. Stuck in my head when lights go.
Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and it is my mission to simplify YouTube so you and I can grow together. Thank you so much for joining me on our regularly scheduled live stream. For those of you who may be new to the stream, we do this every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. This particular stream is a special occasion. The channel just hit 40,000 subscribers, so we're excited for that. Great to have all of you guys join us here tonight. If you haven't shared, I'd appreciate it if you could share the stream out on social media. We'll jump in the chat here in just a moment to say hi to everybody. But yeah, 40,000. We are 26 months into the existence of Creator Fundamentals, and so far, so good. So got a bunch of different things I want to talk to you about tonight. A couple different stories and changes that YouTube made that are kind of interesting that we will chat about. And also, as always, towards the end of the live stream, we may get into some live channel reviews. So just going to jump in the chat. I saw a lot of people pop in early to say hi and congrats on the 40K. So I appreciate that from everybody. We're going to jump out there. You see Construction Cronies just popped in. Doug Hewson is out there. Shannon Vlogs, good to see you. Congrats On the little one, we have New Life Married Again, 7G Shark, Lamar, 7-Up Townsville, Life of Aisha. Is it Aisha or Aisha? Let's see. We have Satisfactory ASMR Life, Danester TV, Those Funny Animals, G Malali Story for Children, good to see you, Layla and Gloria, Riza Martin, Woman's Vibe, Journey into the Light Productions, Jason, Malika Santos, is it Lubna Khan, Outspoken One, Hello Kitty, ADSO8, got You Do It out there. Good to see everybody out there this evening. George on the Rocks, make sure I didn't miss anybody. Sam B, I see, good to see you. Sarah Dawn out there as well. And as far back as I can go is Biscuit Will. So thank you everybody for coming and hanging out. Like I said, there's a couple different stories I want to talk about. We can talk about the journey to 40K maybe a little bit as well. But yeah, another milestone. Still working towards my goal. Really want to get to 100K. And we're 40% of the way there. So we'll keep plugging on that. But let's see what's going on here. Also, throughout the live stream, if any of you have any questions relating to your channel or YouTube in general, just tag at Creator Fundamentals in the chat, and I will do my best to answer those as we go along. If your question is, can I have a channel review? Try to wait till we make the call for channel reviews later on in the evening. That way, it's not just a mass stream of the same person asking for a channel review over and over again. So, also a reminder, for those of you who may or may not be familiar with Super Chat typically is the opportunity to have your chat highlighted by donating money to the channel. I actually am also part of the group that actually has the super stickers, I think they call them, which are actually little animated like GIFs or icons that you can purchase as opposed to the normal comments. So that's kind of an interesting thing, you know, because my channel never gets picked for any of the cool stuff when they're testing it out. But interestingly enough, I'm in that group of people who actually has the super stickers. So that is interesting as well. Construction Crony says, can I turn up the mic? We could definitely turn up the mic if we feel like that's not quite. Let me know how that sounds. I have my mic a little bit farther away than normal, so let me know if that gives you the extra juice you're looking for. I don't want to get it too peaky, but let me know how that sounds after that adjustment. Let's create another video on our organic channel growth. It grows Thank you so much to Shannon Vlogs for the super chat. I appreciate it. Congratulations on 40K. Amazing growth. Awesome. Thank you so much. That is very much appreciated. Spark TV out there as well. Congrats. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Basic question, but really want to know how to grow. I'm young and need advice. So my best advice to somebody who's young and wants to grow on YouTube is to be a student first. And that means watch a lot of videos on how that actually works. Answering a question like how do you grow on YouTube during a live stream is next to impossible. I mean, I could give you bullet points, but to really learn how everything works, you can start watching some videos. You can also, for those of you who kind of want to summarize that process, I actually have a free, I just totally hit enter too soon. You know, I really need to reset up my Stream Deck. I haven't set up the Stream Deck again since I rearranged my office, and I should really do that because I keep updating or installing updates for it. But cfac.cc.start. So for anybody who kind of wants to get a summary of the things that you should know when you're first starting out on YouTube, I'm going to put a link in the description. That is my free YouTube Jumpstart course. And that kind of gives a basic summary of some core concepts that you should know. So any advice to get people to join our Patreon? Well, for one thing, I would kind of, if you're The thing about Patreon, there's pretty much two different reasons that people join Patreon. There's probably more than two, but there are people who join simply because they appreciate what you're already doing and they want to support you. And then there's those who join Patreon for the additional services that you offer. So I guess it really has to do with understanding your crowd and knowing what exactly is most important to them. And if it's additional content or behind the scenes content, or, you really have to get an understanding. And you can even use your YouTube channel and your community tab to poll your audience and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing a Patreon, or I have a Patreon. What kind of things would you guys like to see? Or would you be willing to join an exclusive membership for? And kind of judge it that way, because it can really be different depending on the audience. There are some creators that simply inspire people to the point where those people want to support them, and then there's others who do educational type content that can add even additional value, go deeper, and that kind of thing on a Patreon account. So it's really going to depend on your particular audience and what they value the most. Thank you so much to Construction Cronies for the... Now, is that a sticker? That looks like a sticker. We have a sticker in the chat. So as you can see there, they have little animated guys. Now, does it... when you do the stickers, is it just a sticker or nothing, or can you actually comment on the stickers? You have to let me know. All right, let me just scroll back real quick, make sure I didn't miss any questions or anything like that. Gma Lolly, Stories for Children, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see. Scrolling. Did you ever get back? The mic is good. Okay. There we go. Mic is good. So I must have just had it tuned down a little bit too far, but we seem to be good now. How's the video look? Let me know what you guys think of the video. As you may or may not be able to tell, we had a bunch of storms roll through here and I lost power. So I had to retweak all the settings on the camera. Pretty much every time I do it, it ends up slightly different because I always have a different opinion or idea of exactly what I want it to look like. Sometimes I try to make it look a little darker and vibrant. Sometimes I just go for the nice bright visual. So let me know what these particular settings look like for me. At Car Galaxy Studios, welcome to the live stream. Good to see you out there. Sarah Dawn says the sticker's oddly adorable. Yeah, if you click on the little $sign at the bottom where you would normally have super chat, you have the option for super sticker, and when you click on it, you can actually scroll through and see all the little animations without actually having to buy them. If you just want to check out all the different ones that they provide. So. Definitely an interesting concept. It'll be interesting to see. Like we don't typically do a ton of super chat in our live streams, but I can imagine for like the PewDiePies of the world, those kind of things. People are constantly vying for attention in their live streams because those live streams literally scroll so fast that you can't even participate in the conversation. It's so insane. All right. We got some additional people coming in to hang out with us. We got KRDP out there. I see Unboxing IT. Good to see you guys. Welcome to the live stream. Khalil, Cornwell. I'll make sure I didn't miss anybody. We got Car Galaxy coming in. And Kesa Con Patty out there as well. Probably butchered that, but I apologize. Hey, Social Blade is in the house. Good to see Social Blade out there. For those of you guys who don't know or never use Social Blade, I'm kind of addicted to Social Blade. I pretty much look at it on a daily basis, but it gives you some good insight on the progress of your channel, how many subs and views and that you're picking up on a daily basis. Plus, you can peek in on other channels. So it's definitely a cool site for us as creators to kind of see what we're doing, what everybody else is doing. And it even lets you select like five different channels. Sometimes if I'm trying to track the pace or growth, I will group my channel with some other channels and kind of watch, because I kind of have this theory that the overall volume of YouTube is kind of like the ocean, so there's going to be ebbs and flows as a whole, and sometimes you want to, or even ebbs and flows within your own niche in terms of how many people are looking or viewing videos on a daily basis. And one of the things I've done using Social Blade is to like take 5 channels from my own niche, maybe me and Brian G. Johnson and Roberto Blake and Nick Nimmin and D Nimmin, and watch the entire group as a whole. And you'll often see patterns where everybody's subs spike, everybody's subs dip. I mean, everybody has their own counts that they're getting on a daily basis. If you're Brian G. Johnson, you're just, absolutely tearing it up these days on his way to 100,000. But generally speaking, in a lot of cases, or at certain times, albeit for perhaps from, YouTube testing things, you will see the entire group kind of move together, even though we all have different levels of growth that we're achieving. So it's kind of an interesting thing. And the best part, Social Blade does all that for free. Hashtag not sponsored, but I'm here for you, Social Blade. Okay, let's see where we're at here. Essential Life Hacks, congrats, thank you so much, I appreciate it. History Treehouse on my phone because I'm editing my first video I've made for my own business instead of for others. Fantastic, congratulations on that. That is always a great thing. Going on my other channel, not this one though. Someday I'll get this channel started. Excellent. Okay, RDP. Freaking thank you for getting my name right. You won't believe how many times other people say KRPD, or that sounds like KRPP, so I must applaud you for saying my channel right. All right. How would you use Social Blade as a new channel? I would use Social Blade as a new channel. I'm actually tracking, for those of you who follow my community tab, I actually recently shared that my brother just started a YouTube channel. He's kind of doing it on his own, not really. I mean, I'm trying to feed him a little bit of input, but he's kind of doing his own thing, and I track him on Social Blade. But it's the same thing. It's just seeing what you're doing on a regular basis and over time, and it's just a cool, I mean, one of the things of YouTube, without splitting things into a bunch of different categories, is seeing those increments over time, and I really like the way Social Blade lists things out on a daily basis, everything from like your immediate stuff to kind of forecasting what your subscriber count may be in the future on certain dates based on what you've done so far. So definitely some cool features over there. But you ever take your glasses off and go, wow, I might be getting blinder and blinder by the day? That's about how I feel right now. All right. Let's see. What new video are you gonna post next? If you're, I'm assuming that's to me. I have a couple videos that I have yet to edit that I got to get out there. So I honestly don't know which one will be next, and I may come up with an idea between now and editing those 2 videos that may need to go out. But there were a couple things I was considering doing videos on, but I'm actually just going to share some of those with you during this live stream. Just some stuff that I thought was newsworthy, but perhaps not for an entire video's worth, but we'll cover those in the live stream here. Social Blade says we're trying to tweak forecasts. That's cool, because I think the thing about forecasts, obviously, with people, your growth is always subject to ebbs and flows. So I think it's a really hard thing to pin down in terms of trying to forecast what somebody's sub growth might be. I'm sure they use some, highly mathematical equation to figure out how to do that. But it would be cool to, I usually, as a general reference, and what I usually like to do is look at my forecast. I'll write down the date that it says, and then I'll try to beat it. So, thank you so much for the super chat. Congratulations on 40K, Dan. Hoping to make it to your People of Video Creator Conference next May. It's nice to have something like that in the East. So thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you also for mentioning People of Video. For those of you who don't know, I'm insane and I'm hosting a conference. It's called People of Video. It's going to be your East Coast conference for online video creators for all of us who live on the East Coast that may not want to go out to Los Angeles every time we want to interact with our fellow creators. So we are super excited about hosting that conference. It's going to be in Albany, New York, May 2nd and 3rd. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, there is limited space. Go to peopleofvideo.com. And if anybody wants a promo code to save $25 off a ticket, just type promo in the chat and I will share it with you. But like I said, there are a set number of tickets. We're not going to be able to go beyond that once we sell out. So if you're thinking about it, try to get in there sooner rather than later, because it is going to be a good time. I promise I'm going to put my heart and soul into it to make sure that it's educational, inspirational, and that you have a great opportunity to collaborate with your fellow creators, because nothing is more important. That's why it's called People of Video. The relationships you make, the human connections that you're able to form at in-person events will far outweigh any piece of knowledge that somebody shares with you from the stage. So it's important to me that the focus is in fact the people, and I think that you are going to make lasting relationships with the attendees that are there. But that said, we're still working on providing you with a great selection of experts who are going to share their knowledge, that are going to help you from a technical standpoint learn how to grow your channel, grow your presence in online video, whether it's YouTube or some other social media platform. We're going to have people representative across all of online video, because there are some core elements that are the same that we can apply between social media. LinkedIn is super hot right now. We're going to have people there to teach you how to use LinkedIn, how to incorporate that into your YouTube approach as well. So super excited for that. It's going to be a great time. It's probably going to be a little nerve-wracking for me, because there are so many details to work out between now and May, but we're going to give it everything we have. And if we just, get everybody in the room together, we'll be successful. So that is our goal. So definitely am excited for that event. All right. So let's see. Oh, and really need to set up my Stream Deck again. That is the link to the People of Video website, so you can definitely go check it out. We have some of the speakers up there now, some great people with a lot of knowledge to share, and we'll continue to add speakers to that list as well. And again, peopleofvideo.com is where you can find out more information on that. Construction Cronies, Dan, what do you think of Tim Schmoyer's member tiers? The advice tier is really neat. I know that Tim has multiple tiers, but I honestly have not. Here, let's see if I can get to them without causing any havoc here. I know that was one of the things that was important that YouTube released, was the multiple tiers. So instead of just having everybody who was part of your membership actually sign up for $5, they have provided the opportunity. I think is it a couple more tiers, like 2 more tiers? I feel like it's a set number, but I could be wrong on that. But let me see if it'll let me get into his actual membership tiers. If I click on join, Tim Schmoyer. Oh yeah, so we've got supporter, and there's even, so he's got $1.99. I wonder if I can, let's see something here, just to take a look, since we're talking about membership tiers, and I am patiently waiting for YouTube to grant me access to memberships. It is something that I would love to have implemented on this channel. I would actually use it to replace my Patreon. Let's see. So if we do this, we can see, so this is memberships and how Tim Schmoyer has it set up. And you can see now he's got a $1.99 a month option, which gives you access to all of your little badges and icons and special emojis. He's got a training option, access in-depth trainings. So I'm assuming that's some pre-recorded stuff that he has in place. Access to, let's see, I think those are some existing ones. Collaboration, submit a video collab idea or question, submit audio questions for the podcast. And then he's got an advice level, get your channel publicly reviewed. So yeah, definitely that is a great way to kind of offer something for everybody. And it's definitely interesting. And I would really, so your qualification for memberships is 30,000 subscribers. Which we passed a while ago, but they're still not, it's still not a clear, if you got 30, you get it. So I still do not have memberships, but I would love to get it. I want to make my own little custom emojis to share with you guys. So hopefully at some point we will get access to that, but so far it is still a wish list item and something that we don't have. All right, let's see here. Let me scroll. How do I gain subscribers on my channel to help me get 1,000 subscribers? I mean, that's a great question. There are a lot of different ways to answer that. But I mean, one of the things that you can do is understand where your subscribers are coming from. Generally speaking, if you're creating a YouTube channel, the more focused you are on a particular topic, the better your channel is going to be at converting people to subscribers and keeping the subscribers that you get. Again, you want to deliver that value to the people who have come to your channel and click the subscribe button. You want to make sure that you hang on to them. A lot of times that you're, people who don't really grow a lot, they're dropping subscribers as much as they're gaining them. So you want to obviously be true to the subscriber, but you also want to provide a value on whatever that topic is. Depending on what your topic is, you want to make sure that you're either entertaining them or educating them, and you're doing it in such a way that people find value. And if you feel like you're doing that and you're still not getting the subscribers, make sure that you're actually reminding people that you'd like them to subscribe to the channel. Give them an idea of what they're going to get from your channel when they subscribe, and make sure you're using the real estate on your channel to really sell the message of what the expectation is. One of the things that I see a lot on YouTube channels is the how people they go out, they'll go to Fiverr for their channel art and they make it look cool to them, and they write the about section that's all about them. You want to present everything on your channel in terms of what it provides, the value it provides to the person who comes to view it. So you want to make sure that your channel art is delivering a message that tells people why they should care about your channel. You want to make sure that your about section leads, as in the headline, the first couple sentences of your about section should explain what's in it for the viewer, not your backstory. You can get into your backstory after that, but you want to make sure that you are leading from the viewer's perspective and not, hey, I'm doing a channel because I like cars. No, I'm doing a channel to share everything about cars with you so you can learn more about cars and, build your own car or refurb your own car, whatever the case is. All right, let's see. I'm all over the place in these. Biscuit Will, are thumbnails important? Yeah, they're probably one of the most important things you need to spend your time on. Thumbnails and titles. That's your big two. You really need to put a ton of effort into thumbnails and titles. You got to make sure your thumbnails evoke emotion, capture people's attention, stand out from the crowd, and compel the click. All right. Okay, I think I caught up right there. Yeah, so for those of you who are like interested in general questions on like how do I grow on YouTube, or how do I get subscribers, or how do I get more views, Creator Fundamentals is closing in on 300 videos. So there's plenty of content out there to answer those individual questions. And I'll show you, and I don't know if everybody knows this, but when you go to somebody's channel, let's see how I can do this. Give me a second here. And we'll pop up my channel, then we'll come in here and we'll transition to my channel. All right. So anytime you go to somebody's channel and you go into their videos, you can click on your little search bar here and type in something like views or grow. Let's see. We'll try grow. And how to grow a YouTube channel, how to grow a YouTube channel, how to grow your YouTube channel, how to grow a comedy channel, how to use YouTube analytics to grow. Obviously, growing on YouTube is a very popular topic that I've covered several times throughout the couple of years that we've been doing this. So this is a great way to find that information. So definitely take advantage of the search bar. Again, subscriber. If you're looking for videos that are related specifically to subscribers, we've got our subscriber Hangout, which is live right now. Losing subscribers, how to get subscribers, all those specific things that you're looking for. You can use that little search bar right there to help you kind of focus in on the particular topic that you're trying to learn about. And I would say just pick one part of the process. Learn about it, take notes, get an understanding of it, and then move on to the next. That is a great way to get the information you need to get a solid foundation of the fundamentals that will help you not only make better content and grow your channel, but not spin your wheels by doing the things that don't really help you grow and may even hurt your channel. All right, here, let's see. The Ripe Rune, happy 40K. Thank you so much. Good to see you. George on the Rocks didn't know about the search. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, and it definitely comes in handy. The bigger channels that you go to that just have a ton of videos, that little search can certainly be a big help. Let's see. And by the way, we have Christina Smallhorn in the chat. Congratulations to her on kicking butt on the Vid Summit video challenge there. Oh, Doug Houston, yeah, makes it harder to moderate as well. When the heck will YouTube allow us to tag people on chat? You know, it's funny because I think it was Creator Insider who just put out a video, or no, they put it on their community tab asking if people wanted some feature on mobile. And my response to them was, how about we get the ability to tag people in chat on mobile first? So we all feel the pain of not being able to tag in the chat on a mobile device. It's bad enough you're dealing with the tiny little real estate of trying to see the video and the chat, and then they got to make it, you know, extremely difficult by having to type somebody's name by hand to tag them. All right. And History Treehouse, have you considered getting Tim Schmoyer to speak at People of Video? We consider all things and all people for People of Video. So we definitely have had conversations with a variety of people. And as information becomes available on those who will in fact speak, I will share that information with you. Obviously, we'd love to have all of our friends and all of the people that you know and love for educational information speak at the conference. But being the first conference, there obviously are some financial limitations that, prohibit us from getting just anybody we want. Because obviously, depending on the speaker, there may be, expenses associated with getting them there. So, but that is something that we are certainly focused on and trying to get the absolute best talent that we can to share with you guys. And there are a ton of extremely talented and successful people in the space that don't traditionally speak, or are just getting into the speaking world. So it's our great opportunity to find the best value out there in that as well. But I'm excited about who we have and who we're going to announce in the coming weeks. So As soon as we're ready to announce everybody, I will definitely share all of that with you. All right. Right, Bruin, getting so pumped for people of video. Can't wait. Neither can I, although it is, like I said earlier, there's a lot to think about. You know, when you break down all the pieces of running a conference, there's just so many things. You can pick one little section. It's like, okay, decorations. And when I say decorations, I mean like, you know, signage and that kind of thing. You can go to town for days trying to plan those elements. It's like, okay, well, is there a stage? Does the hotel have a stage? If you're going to build a stage, okay, we have a stage. What's the stage going to look like? What's the backdrop on the stage going to look like? What type of signage are you going to have in the lobby when people come in? What's going to be at the front door? How many people are going to be doing registration? How are they going to be doing it on laptops? You know, there's just absolutely everything. So it is quite the experience, but it is one of the things that I said to myself when I considered this is it's definitely outside my comfort zone. And they always say that, you know, success and great things happen on the other side of your comfort zone, which is one of the reasons that I jumped in and decided to do it. So definitely something that I've never done before, but I feel like I have the skill set to pull it all off, and those skills that I lack, I'm hopefully smart enough to bring in talented people that can help me fill those gaps. So I think I see Christina Smallhorn. How much are tickets? Tickets are $199 to appear in person. But like I said earlier, if anybody wants a promo code to get $25 off the ticket price, you can type promo in the chat and I will go and grab a promo code for you guys that you can use and get the ticket at that $25 off mark. And for those of you who aren't able to attend in person, we're also doing a virtual ticket so you can watch the event on live stream. And that ticket is $99. All right. So Car Galaxy, Beanie, Neil, Christina all took home Vid Summit tickets. Awesome. I wasn't able to catch the end of that live stream because it went into, I think, my commute the other day or whatever I had to do. So I got cut off just after. I think I saw a couple videos after Christina's, and then I wasn't able to see the end of it. So that's great that he hooked everybody up with tickets. There were some really good videos that they did. All right. Sure we didn't miss. All right. So a couple things that I wanted to talk to you guys about before I forget. And let me just shift gears here. Do that. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to... All right. So this first topic. I don't know, you may or may not be familiar with a website called PragerU. I think it is generally kind of a conservative channel that does educational type videos. But the thing that's interesting about this particular video, it's about the idea that PragerU is suing YouTube for what it claims YouTube is infringing upon their free speech. Now, I'm sure they're not the first person. I know there's other organizations that are suing YouTube, but the thing that was interesting to me on this video is something that I've thought about for a while, and I always thought it was kind of an interesting situation where YouTube claims that it's a public forum, and therefore they don't bear any of the liability of the content that gets put on their platform. And by being considered a public forum, that gives them that protection. Now, the thing that they fought previously to say that they were not was a publisher. Now, a publisher decides what content goes and what content does not. PragerU in this lawsuit is basically claiming that because YouTube is in fact deciding what's appropriate and what's not appropriate to remain on YouTube, that they're acting as a publisher. So they're basically getting the benefits of being a public forum by not holding any liability, but acting as a publisher to control what is allowed or permissible as content on the platform. So it's kind of an interesting scenario. It's something that I've thought about and I've been interested in to see like how that actually plays out, because they are, getting that access as a public forum. It protects them from, litigation and stuff that may arise from an individual's content. But at the same time, they do play a role in determining what content is appropriate or not based on some of the guidelines that they have. So it'll be interesting to see how this particular lawsuit turns out and whether YouTube finds a way to navigate it. But I wanted to share it with you because I thought it was kind of a very interesting thing, and specifically because they brought about that particular conflict that I have seen for a while, and I'm curious to see what the courts decide in terms of how YouTube can do that or can't, whether it's fair and whether it actually does infringe upon free speech in that particular context. All right. History Treehouse. I was on the board of a large organization, and the amount we had to pay others for the decorations killed our bank account. I know it's not cheap. Yeah, that's definitely a concern in terms of planning that. So it is not cheap to run a conference. Let's see. So who is our legal counsel? That is mind-boggling. Harley said that was an interesting video. Didn't know about the subtle differences between being a publisher and public forum. Yeah, I do find that particular piece of that really interested, and that's like the core of like some of the things when YouTube comes out and makes decisions. I'm like, how do they get away with that? Because they claim to be a public forum where they're basically acting as a pass-through, and they don't impact what content gets shared, like like the Wall Street Journal would do. You can't just, and this video brings it up, you can't just write an article and automatically have it posted in the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal decides which of those articles get posted. In the same way, to a certain degree, some of YouTube's policies impact what can or can't be shown on the platform. So we'll see how that all plays out. Perfect Card Magician, congrats on 40K. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Was I the first to congratulate you in a comment? Actually, I had people that congratulated me before the live stream even started. So thank you so much to all of you guys for stopping in and saying congrats. Unless you're a really good magician and you can somehow make a congrats appear at the very top of the chat, then you might win. And if you did do that, thank you for that, but I can't scroll back far enough to see it because it doesn't let me go all the way back to the beginning. All right. All right, so let me... Doug Houston says Americans need a better understanding of their Constitution. Well, the problem is there are politicians who, have no problem interpreting things because it's in, in a language of a time long past. They like to be creative with how they interpret it sometimes. Blazing Excalibur, dear creator, fundamentals, is your personal opinion YouTube a friend to society or a secret foe? I don't think it's either of those things. I think it's a corporation focused on making money, and it is in their best interest to create a platform that allows as much content that people like to watch exist as possible. But they also have to juggle the creators who make the content and also the advertisers where all the money comes from. Advertisers, I think, are the ones that get a bit shady sometimes because they can be heavily influenced by public opinion. And these days, I think it only takes a mob to head over to Twitter and make a big stink about something and start, like harassing Coca-Cola or something to take action, which in leads causes them to reach out to YouTube, and they'll take their ads down for a day to make a big public display of it, which will cause YouTube to get all the wheels turning and make big changes. And then Coca-Cola will quietly put their ads back on YouTube. And by that time, the damage is done because YouTube has changed policies that can affect people negatively. So it's kind of a vicious cycle. All right, here. All right, so let me grab this up here. Trying a new organizational approach. I'm trying to get this. All right, so speaking of lawsuits, this was actually an interesting lawsuit. If you haven't seen it, I think Philip DeFranco covered this one. YouTube is actually suing this guy, I think it's Chris Brady, right? Yeah, Christopher Brady, who has basically been harassing people and falsely copyright claiming them to steal their ad revenue. And it's quite the interesting story because this guy allegedly sounds like a real piece of work, basically threatening people to get them to pay money that wasn't really owed to him on copyrights he didn't really own. Even went so far as to, they made one of these channels they were talking about where he tried to get them to pay and they didn't, and then they remarkably got swatted. For those of you who don't know, swatting is when somebody calls in a fake hostage situation and the SWAT team comes to your house to resolve the issue, which is obviously a crime for people to do. Let me see if this one actually mentions it. Yeah, I don't know if that one mentions it, but I thought it was a very interesting thing, though, that YouTube was actually going after them. Because there is a part, I think is it part of the DMCA or that provides that if somebody is intentionally abusing the system that you can seek damages against them. So that is an interesting read. That's on The Verge. But an interesting change where YouTube is actually the one that's suing and not the other way around. So I thought that was definitely an interesting topic. And like I said, if you don't want to read the article, Philip DeFranco's, was it today or yesterday? One of his recent videos actually covers it. So. Well, Doug, the actual wording of the lawsuit against him did have wording in it that basically requested, I don't know if requested is the right word, but alluded to the fact that if there were other repercussions above and beyond damages, that those should be explored. So it's possible he could actually get criminal, some type of criminal response to that. Are the creators actually going to be represented? Well, I mean, in theory, that's the... I don't know. Yeah, I honestly don't know what the outcome was for the individual creators who this guy harassed and whether there was any compensation to them. But it will be interesting to see. Creative Kiwi, good afternoon. Sorry I'm late. Welcome to the live stream. All right. All right, I'm going to grab... Here's another thing I wanted to show you before I forget. That goes there. That up there. That right here. For those of you, it's just a copyright kind of day. So a good thing that YouTube has done recently, and you may or may not have heard about this. This was done about a week ago. But YouTube made a change to the copyright policy that prevented claims of copyright for short clips and unintentional audio from actually claiming the money. It used to be the case if somebody owned a copyright and say you were making a video and you drove past a car that had a song playing, the song that got picked up could copyright claim your video and take all of your revenue from the video. So obviously that can, hurt a lot of people and take money that may or may not really be intended or be due to those to the original copyright owner. So they've changed that policy to now say that if it's a short song clip, 5 seconds of a song, or unintentional audio from passing cars, etc., that you cannot take the money for those claims. You can still block monetization on the video, but this is hopefully going to help in situations like the idiot there who was copyright claiming everybody, to provide a disincentive for them to do that. Because if they are simply doing that to try to take money from everybody and you can no longer take money for these types of claims, hopefully that will lend itself to eliminating some of these people who are doing it nefariously. But we'll see exactly how that all plays out. But hopefully it will change the environment for the better. So Paranormal Studies America asks, if you use the free music that YouTube offers to use in videos, is there a chance that, say, a license would change where that music was no longer allowed free in the video, or because you've covered it, it was used prior? Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, if you use the free audio that YouTube provides, even if they change their music selection, you wouldn't run in, or you shouldn't run into a situation where they suddenly say, hey, that video or that song that's already in your video, yeah, you can't use it anymore. Hopefully that would never happen. Typically with companies that provide that type of service, you get a license that is good from the time that you use it on. You can't continue to reuse it, but once you've used it in a piece of content, you don't lose the rights to that particular piece of music in terms of your ability to include it in your content, or to keep it in your content, rather, is probably the better way to say that. KRDP, can we call the guy YouTube suing the copyright idiot? Whatever works. Yeah, it would be, well, I won't even say that because I don't want to be associated with that. But yeah, it's, I'm sure that that guy has a lot of friends on YouTube right about now. All right, here. So we do that. And real quick, I know we mentioned it a little bit earlier for those of you who have not checked it out. This is the People of Video website. This is the group of guys that I hang out with in New York City Video Mastermind. Almost all of them are going to be in attendance at the People of Video conference. You got Dan Norton, Jay Liebs, who he moved to Atlanta, so we might not see him at the conference. Ross Brand, who is actually a speaker at the conference. John DeStefano, aka You Do It, he will be there, and of course yours truly there on the right. We're all going to be here. We will continue to add speakers for the event, and that keeps it keeps losing images. That's unfortunate. We've got Dale Roberts, Eddie Garrison, Ross Brand. We got Meredith Marsh, who is VidPro Mom, Andrew Can. This is, why did that, that is a strange phenomenon that I'm going to have to, I went in the other day and Meredith had disappeared, and now today we've lost somebody. And that's the one that's not pictured there is Todd Burgeon, who is Todd.live. He's also going to be speaking at the conference. But there's information on the venue if you're considering it. This is the hotel where we're going to have the event, nice and modern. This is some of the area, the conference area and the hotel itself. So if you click on the Get Your Tickets Now, that brings you over to the Eventbrite site, gives you the pricing and the ticket options, explains exactly what we are trying to accomplish and why you should come hang out with us in person. All right, and that and that. All right, so where are we at now? It is closing in on 10 o'clock. Let me know if anybody has any more questions. Again, try to tag me at Creator Fundamentals to ask questions. If not, we'll probably grab a couple channels to do channel reviews on. So we'll see how that goes first, see if there's any questions, and then go from there. All right, here. All righty. And You Do It, of course, is in the chat. Todd is to the point on everything. Absolutely. I like Todd. Had an opportunity to spend some time with him out at Social Media Marketing World in San Diego earlier this year. Good guy. All right. Self-publishing with Dale, another speaker from People of Video, has just arrived. What's going on, Dale? Good to see you. Sarah Dawn, quick question. For YPP, I need 4,000 watch time, but if most of my videos are unlisted, does that cause any issue? Well, it's certainly going to cause, so the thing to consider with 4,000 watch hours, my first question is, why are they unlisted? That's kind of an important one. And then the other thing to consider when we're talking about 4,000 watch hours is that's a rolling 12-month requirement. So if you reach 4,000 watch hours and you can look back 12 months and say, yes, in the last 12 months I've had those 4,000 watch hours, you want to make sure that going forward you're not going to fall below that. So I don't know what the scenario is where all your videos would be unlisted, but if they're unlisted, they're harder for people to find, which would therefore kind of inhibit your ability to collect new watch time. So You'll have to give me some insight as to why they're all enlisted and whether you have enough videos out there to generate the watch time that you'll need going forward. Are those videos that are patron only, are they heavily watched? Do you have good watch time on them? The idea of like public stats are really just something you see in like third-party apps and stuff. So that watch time on an unlisted video would still be in your watch time total. Self-publishing Dale, man, I'm whooped. Was a great stream. Landed a big sponsorship, so I had a little extra work for that. Awesome. Congrats on that. We're going to turn the AC on in the background. Hopefully it doesn't get too loud in here, because you'd think as it got later in the night, it would get cooler in here, but that's not the case. It's getting really warm. All right, so here's the deal. I don't see a ton of questions out there. If you have any questions, now is the time to tag me, ask your question. We'll do my best to answer it. Otherwise, we will move on to a few channel reviews if anybody would like to see their channel up here on the live stream. All right. Let me know if that AC in the background is too loud. Hopefully this mic does a good job of kind of isolating me. Let's see what the levels look like. Testing. Yeah, that'll probably work. All right. Thank you, Creative Kiwi. All right. If you would like your channel reviewed, please tag at Creator Fundamentals and list your channel name in your comment. Make sure you're logged in as the channel that you would like to have reviewed, so we don't have to go searching for channels. But if you'd like your channel reviewed, list it now. Can't guarantee I'll get to all of them, but I will pick some out and we will take a look. All right. All right, I really need to move that down. Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. All right, so we've got... There we go. New Age, hippie Christian, Obi-Wan Kenobi. I'm brand new and good videos to watch to get me going. Almost totally lost. I just shared a link with you to my free course called YouTube Jumpstart. That is definitely a good place to start to kind of get a lay of the land. And then what I would consider doing is coming to Creator Fundamentals on YouTube and filling in the gaps with actual videos. And you can actually just search on my YouTube channel for a particular topic and find the videos that are most helpful to you. All right. um, all right, let me grab one of these channels to take a look at here. And we're going to do this one first. And then, all right, so we're going to take a look at Sarah Dawn's channel. Let's see. So we have Sarah Dawn, and then we have... Now, before I identify wrongly what I think I'm seeing up there, let's see what the... I was going to say knitting, but I didn't want to, misstep if it was like, some other form, crocheting or cross-stitching or something. Let's see. Hello, I'm Sarah Dawn, and I'm a knitwear designer, maker, and knitting teacher. Also do crochet patterns and lessons as well. I specialize in inclusive and accessible designs. If you are human, you can knit and crochet. And we were talking about this earlier, like the one thing, this is a very common about section in terms of how people typically approach it. But I would consider trying to reword this in a way that you are leading with why a particular user would find value on your channel. If you're interested in knitwear, crocheting, this kind of stuff, subscribe to my channel to, see tutorials on how to do X, Y, and Z, that kind of thing. Let's take a look at your video collection. I think we're just getting started. Okay, so you just have the one video that is public. Okay, so, and let's see here. So as you continue to get more public videos on your channel, you're going to have the opportunity to customize your main page here, and then you want to get those videos listed out at as many as possible. So the one thing I'll say about your channel art, it kind of gives a hint that it may be knitting or something related, but this kind of looks like a photograph that wasn't really designed for your channel art, and it's just kind of stuck in there because I can't really tell what I'm looking at or what was knitted or what's going on here because it's a really tight shot and I can't figure it out. Also, I like that you have the SD branding here, that you've pulled it into your actual video. but you might want to also consider getting that element pulled into your channel art as well, so people can associate your videos with your actual channel. But right now, I think it's just best to focus on getting more public content out there, and that's really going to guide you and give you some content to kind of learn how to organize this. Start looking at making custom thumbnails that really identify the topic of the video that you're making, and then go from there. All right. New Age, heavy question. What video editor do you like best? I currently use Premiere Pro, not necessarily because I like it best, but it's kind of one of the industry standards. So at the time that I upgraded to it, I did so with the idea that if I'm going to learn how to use an editor, I might as well learn one that allows me to interact with other people in the space that do editing work as well. So Premiere Pro is what I use, but there's a lot of other good ones out there. Filmora is a good one that's relatively cheap. I believe I think it's like $60 once for Filmora. Is it Filmora 9 now? And then depending if you're on a mobile device, there are free apps you can use to edit there as well. All right. Okay, let me get this like this. All right, so the next channel we're going to look at is Ryan A. Raymond. Merch by Amazon, print on demand, tips, tutorials, and more. Simple, effective. Got your branding locked down here with the visual here. That's great. Definitely tell it's you looking at your thumbnails. I like the style of your thumbnails. They kind of have a nice vibe to them. Let's see what your most recent ones look like, because you have a few different styles working here. Keywords. Promote your products, Q&A. I like that. I like that style. The only thing that I would say about this style is because you run the risk a little bit because the colors are so close together. When they're really small, like on a mobile device, it might be hard to read some of it, but aesthetically, I think it looks pretty cool. All right, and one of the things I would try to do whenever possible when you're including yourself on your thumbnails is include an image of yourself that's big enough to the point where you can actually make eye contact with the viewer. That's one of the things that can be helpful in helping to capture people's attention when they're scrolling through thumbnails. So rather than always like looking down into the side, if you are present on the thumbnail and people can see your eyes and you're making eye contact, that can help you with help you get the click. And then on your main channel page here, we will see how we are organized. I feel like it was organized pretty well. My personal preference is to make my own versions of uploads and popular uploads, so I can add descriptions and give it a name that's related to the channel that can actually show up in the search result. For the ones where you have created these, you want to make sure you get descriptions in those to kind of explain what people should expect in that particular playlist. But generally speaking, oh yeah, see, you have it down here. You just have a couple you haven't done yet. So this is exactly what we want the whole deal to look like. Horizontal playlist. You give people the opportunity to see as much of your content as possible and find what they're looking for and decide whether it's worth subscribing to your channel. 2018, started learning how to make money. Again, with your description, I would consider leading with what's in it for the viewer, and then fill it in with your backstory. All right. All right, let's see. Oh, we had a couple more pop in here. And you guys are in luck because it was a light first round, so I'll squeeze in a couple more. All right, so I'm going to jump to this next channel real quick, Sam B. So the biggest thing that I see about your channel right now, I think your channel art is clear enough so people can see what you say you're going to be making videos about. But then let's look at your actual videos and see what we have going on here. Subscribe to Sam B. Subscribe to Power Up. I don't know that I would necessarily make a video dedicated to asking people to subscribe to your channel. My subscribe channel intro. I would, generally speaking, I would try to focus on your content or your topic as much as possible. So the Lego, obviously this one is related to your message of power up your Lego. Okay, Lego and YouTube skills. I just read that. That's kind of a... You're probably going to have a challenge with that mix. In terms of an audience, you really want to keep your channel as focused as possible on a single topic. I know that a lot of bigger channels, no matter what they are, they tend to get people ask them about YouTube stuff, and then they'll start to like mix in those videos every once in a while. But generally speaking, I would say focus on the niche. I would focus all your energy on doing a Lego channel if that's something that you're passionate about, you enjoy doing. But YouTube skills and Legos are kind of a wide vision there. YouTube channel, Lego videos, and YouTube tips. I'd probably put those two topics on different channels. If you truly want to focus on that type of content, then I would say those should probably be separate channels. And then as you create your content, you want to get it out here. Again, like this, get your descriptions. And then again, try to focus on the videos. Like I wouldn't uploading just your intro like this and just a video about subscribing to your channel. I probably wouldn't put those out there. If your goal is, if you're trying to focus on actually growing. But the important thing is, especially just starting out, getting comfortable making videos. So if these videos help you get comfortable with that process, then that's fine as well. Just continue to make videos and, start focusing in your channel on a specific topic as you go along. All right, let's see here. Oh, what do we got? Covered that one. And this one. And you know what? I think I'm going to make this one the last channel review for the evening. All right, we have Creative Kiwi. Life is an adventure. I see a puppy up here, see a puppy right here. And then I see videos that look like they have knitting in them. So a little bit of a disconnect going on so far. I thought I would make a channel where I could share my crafts and videos of my travels. I hope you enjoy some of the things I share. So from a growth perspective, if you're trying to grow your channel, focusing on a single topic is definitely important. If you're less concerned with growth and you just want to make, use your channel as a place to upload content that you enjoy making, you can certainly do that as well. In terms of coming up with something that would add value to a particular audience, I would probably say, these types of videos, making baby blankets and crocheting are probably a little bit different audience than travel, which I think you mentioned. But looks like most of these are crocheting and those types of skills. So I might just say focus on that. Make your channel art and icon reflect what you're actually making content about, and then stay focused on that topic. That's the way that you're able to grow a channel much faster, because when somebody subscribes to your channel, the next videos that come out are related to the topic they subscribe for, and that's going to get them to watch more videos. It's going to send positive signals to YouTube, and it's going to help you gradually grow your channel and get exposed to more and more people who, again, will subscribe and watch and continue to help you grow. So that would be my thoughts on that. And then let's see what we got here. Created playlists. Again, as you create more content, get them into playlists that you can spread out here and show people as much of your content as possible. And again, dialing in a description, maybe a little bit more detail in terms of what value is in it for the viewer. So I should, let me know what you guys think if I should do a tutorial on how to do channel art. There's actually a software called GIMP, which is a free software to download. And I could certainly do a tutorial that shows you how to plan out your channel art and how to get it to fit on all the devices. So if that's something that you think is helpful to you, let me know in the comments. What are you doing, AC? It's like 1,000 degrees in here. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, channel art tutorial. Okay. So yeah, I'll have to do a tutorial on that and kind of break down that process and how I would go about making a new channel art for a new channel. All right. And hey guys, just a reminder, this live stream and all the videos on my channel are sponsored by TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It's available to download for free. There's a link in the description below, or you can go to trytubebuddy.today and get started for free. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming and hanging out this evening. Thank you for all the congratulations on the 40,000 subscribers. Great milestone. It is good to get there, but I have some goals that we will continue to push towards. It's always great to see everybody come and hang out in the live stream, even before it starts. Tell your friends. Let's build the crowd, get more people to join us every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, where we talk YouTube, answer questions, do channel reviews, and try to cover some of the events or happenings around YouTube. I appreciate everybody coming to hang out this evening. And I will see all of you in the next live stream. Take care, everyone.